Today's dispatches bring numerous updates from the Kupiansk sector. Kupiansk features as a primary objective among 5 in eastern Ukraine targeted by Russian forces for their winter campaign, experiencing in the past 3 days a spike in combat activity on par with what has been seen in Avdiivka. This surge reflects early stages of the offensive at Avdiivka. As per reports from Ukrainian combatants in this area, Russian military is deploying scores of tanks, armored vehicles, and a substantial body of troops to subdue Ukrainian defense. Presently, the Synkivka region is experiencing the most intense fighting. This area's proximity to Kupiansk has made it a strategic focus for Russian troops. Their aim transcends just advancing to Kupiansk, they also strive to sever the supply lines to Ukrainian forces in Synkivka, potentially triggering a total frontline collapse. A victory here would preclude the heavy casualties typically suffered while traversing the expansive fields. Ukrainian defenders recognize the strategic value of Synkivka and have shored up their defense network, capitalizing on the favorable terrain. One Ukrainian soldier has indicated their successful thwarting of Russian advances in the wooded areas through extensive mine deployment, with drone operators proactively surveilling and targeting small enemy reconnaissance units with grenade drops from drones. Nevertheless, it appears Russian troops have carved a slender route from Lyman Pershii towards Synkivka for their mechanized offenses. Despite ongoing Russian assertions over the past 10 months of dominating Synkivka, recent combat footage pinpointed to specific locations reveals they only breached the town's vicinity about a week ago. This road from Lyman Pershii is evidently being exploited for attacks on Ukrainian defenses fringing Synkivka, as evidenced in a video a few days old. In this footage, Russian forces can be observed employing 2 mine-clearing tanks at the vanguard to pave the way for an assault, while fire support is provided to cover the advancement of 8 armored vehicles ferrying approximately 80 soldiers. Additional footage later released by Ukrainian soldiers shows the ensuing skirmish. Ukrainian artillery engaged and decimated 4 armored transports, having the infantry force earmarked for attacking Ukrainian positions. Nonetheless, the remainder managed to converge on Ukrainian lines, shielded by tanks, launching hand-to-hand combat. The footage captures Ukrainian defenders, albeit outnumbered, forming a comprehensive defense and attempting to fend off the Russian onslaught. In spite of their staunch defense, Russian units did manage to overtake initial dwellings in Synkivka. Recognizing their established position, Russian command hastened reinforcement efforts, dispatching 2 more armored vehicles transporting around 20 soldiers each through the same zone where Ukrainians had earlier taken out half an assault contingent. Ukrainian troops of the 14th Mechanized Brigade stood prepared for this engagement and promptly obliterated the lead vehicle with a Javelin missile, with the second vehicle's destruction ensuing immediately after. The infantry, unfortunately positioned atop the vehicles, were directly in the missile's impact zone, leading to their eliminations. Yet, Russian leadership, keen on not squandering the momentum within Synkivka, deployed yet another foot soldier assault group. Avoiding the loss of more vehicles, the unit attempted rapid transit through heavily wooded areas but were detected by a drone. This led to a shelling response from Ukrainian artillery, which decimated yet another group of reinforcements. Simultaneously, Ukrainian forces launched a counteroffensive. Not merely content with long-range engagements, a Ukrainian tank unit took action to prevent Russian forces from utilizing peripheral dwellings as strategic points, first impairing them with artillery fire, then completely toppling them. In their continuous push to seize territory, Russian troops consistently overwhelmed the Ukrainian defenses with sheer numerical strength, achieving intermittent success. However, their progression is often stifled by logistical constraints, preventing them from consolidating gains and leading to the retaking of their short-lived conquests by Ukrainian forces. Russian attempts to secure Synkivka have so far been ineffective. They lack adequate control in the surrounding forest, particularly in areas leading to the settlement. Without resolving their impasse with Ukrainian defensive measures in the woodland, the likelihood of their capturing Synkivka remains significantly slim.